Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today is Sunday Funday.
Woo! Sunday Funday.
So what are we doing today for Sunday Funday? This is a big one today. So this today is kind of like the epitome of what our actually name stands for. You know what I mean? These are all 100 proof, and it is straight age and price. That's the only difference between what's going on. I don't know what the hell is going on over here, but it's the only difference between here. We have Knob Creek 9 versus the 12 versus the, I don't know, if 15 versus the 18. I thought they were in order anyways. So Mike poured them. I was out of the room. I switched them. He was out of the room. We have no idea. Ultimately, if it goes right, it should be first, second, third, fourth. Plain and simple. That's the way it should work. But my big question is this. $35, $169. Can this possibly be 5 times better? That's what I plan on answering today. Whether it wins or loses, it should definitely win. But is it that much better? So
I'm with you.
We're on glass number 1. We're going to see. I don't think I'm going to have a bad glass out here. I don't believe any
think so
of them
either.
are bad. You know what I mean?
Nose one for me is not.
Well, nose one is not bad at all, though, for me.
Well, mine's.
Let me take a sip. These have been running relatively long, so it has a nice little oaky finish right there. I like that.
It's got a very good flavor.
It has a nice little oaky finish right there.
When I just did the little quick nose across, this one was a little shy of the other 3. But it's got a nice finish.
Someone did say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I'll give you that. But okay then.
How is it cheating?
You're not following the mash mix-up rules.
Sometimes I run a gray area.
That's very good. That has a very nice oaky finish on that one. I'm gonna put that one ahead because it's the only one we've drank so far. But that is very good to start. That was a good start. But we going left or right because we're gonna end up probably having an A and B.
No doubt.
Ultimately, I would like to try. I mean, this is really just a difference of. I mean, the proof is the same, so it's just a matter of do those extra couple years. That one hit me in a dangly. Really make a difference, you know. Ooh, viscosity on this one's pretty good. I didn't look at the viscosity in the last one, but this one's hanging on there. I'm going to go on a record as saying, I've said this numerous times, that one right there is not as oaky. It's not as thick as the first one was for me. That we are drinking the same thing, by the way, on this one. Very good. But it was a little more punchy, and it wasn't as... I'm not going to guess which ones any of them can be to on the way back. But to me, it drank a little bit. I don't want to say thinner, but I'm going to say thinner because that oaky presence on the first one lasted a little longer than the second one did.
You think?
On my first sip, yes. It could totally change on the way back. Still very good. Tons of flavor. I mean, we loved.
I almost think this one has a little more sparkle.
Yeah, a little more punchy. That's what I said. I said this one drinks a little more refined, a little more oak presence. All right. This one's drinking a little rougher.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to. What ultimately in my head, the older they get, the more refined they should get. You know what I'm saying? You. So I'm going to have to vary out on which one's the least refined and go back with it. But I kind of am digging one a little more than 2. 2 is a little more punchier. Like it's drinking a little more aggressive.
It did. It definitely did.
So. In this one, I'm literally going to try.
I'm going to leave that one back. Actually,
I did that on mine myself. It may change on the way back, but I noticed on the front half we take too much time. But I'm not rushing you. Oh, this one has a way different nose.
I don't know about way different.
No, it did. I'm almost getting up.
Excuse me.
It's like a deeper, darker caramelly nose than the other ones. Possibly a little bit of a fruit. Normally, I get like a nut. I thought on. I haven't got like a traditional like this is like a thicker nose than the other 2.
Excuse me.
You see how the viscosity on that one just tasted. There's no punchiness in that one at all.
There's no spark. Yeah, exactly.
That is just drank like just super refined. It's super like Woodford-esque, if we want to go with a terminology that you would, you know what I mean?
There's proof, but it's not
but it
sparkling at you.
Yeah, it drank like, oh, that's a refined bourbon. It didn't drink like, oh, this is a cheaper version of something. It drank very good. It could be the cheapest one out there. Who knows? But it drank the nicest, right up there.
I'm leaning towards 2 as being the 9, but
it could very well be. You know what I mean? Because that was the most aggressive one so far. I'd have to go back and forth between these other two.
I'm with you because I already kind of forgot one. But I'm going to probably tie 1 and 3 right now because I don't.
I agree with you 100% on that one. This one almost has a really good finish on that one too. I want to say what I remember of the oaky finish on 1 was a little bit more, but that was the first one we started with.
I almost want to say I thought 1 had a little more of an oak finish. But
that in my head, I'm agreeing with you. But this was very solid. That one was very good.
It was.
So again, we'll have to go back and forth to try to decipher it down. But again, I've always said, like, Knob Creek to me, when you can get a Knob 9-year bourbon for $35, and that's what I bought this last one, $35.99. Sometimes they're a little bit higher, but we got it at Ryan's store for $35.99. You can't beat that with a stick. You know what I mean?
My 4th one almost might be the easiest one, but the nose.
I think the nose on 3 has been my favorite.
I was gonna say the nose is not the strongest on 4.
Yep.
But when you take a sip, it's. I don't want to say it's smooth, but it's pretty easy. There's no sparkle, there's no nothing in this one.
That's interesting. I hear what you're saying, and it tastes like it's more refined than 2, but I think we're on our next step. That's my guess on that one, just on the way through. Again, we're going to let these sit. This is going to be a battle, and there's not even a doubt we're going to have to A and B this off camera just to see. Again,
it'll be a 45-minute video if we don't.
No, I'm just going to throw that question out there, and you can leave a comment down below before we even get to the end of it. Do you think any one of these is 5 times better than the other?
You already know my answer to that.
Yeah, that's.
We only got that for this purpose, period, and to see if is it that much. And even when we did the review, I said I think we both said I don't know.
I think I got to put this one a little bit back. I think these two are front runners and these two are back. That's me.
I'm kind of with you, but it's still
not by much. Just so we're going to take a break. We're going to cleanse our palate. We're going to let these sit. We're going to start on the right, work our way back. We'll be back in a minute. We are back. So we're going to start on the right. We're going to work our way left. Oh, this is carameled out now. There is something to say with leaving it in the glass for a minute.
Yeah.
Boy, it does.
You are correct.
Oh, that is beautiful. There's a reason why Knob Creek won our quest for best in the beginning for a long time.
It is very.
It is solid.
And again, the store pick was really good.
Well, yeah, that just even brought more proof. I'm not getting any of the rough edges I got on the first drink on the way through, but we're gonna have to see.
I was gonna say
compared to the next one, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell.
We just snacked out over there, so it's a different. I still think it's a little. I would say it's not totally refined to where I'm not gonna say that. I don't think that's the 18.
No, we're right until we go to the next one. It's super solid, super. It's good. That. Yeah. I'm only saying that there was someone I was talking to the other day, and he was talking. We're going to go on a glass 3. He was talking about 1792 and how he loved the small batch, and everyone told him he has to get the 12-year. And I tried to explain to him, on Facebook. I was like, listen, honestly, the foolproof for us won out of the blind when we did it.
This nose is way better, I think.
It's way more caramel. Yes. This was the best nose that I had on the way from left to right. I agree with that, nose-wise. Texture-wise, too, you can't even touch that with a stick. That is way nicer texture-wise
than
than
4.
4.
Oh yeah,
They're way
I
way
agree.
nicer. So to finish my story real quick, I just basically was
Excuse
telling
me.
them not that you want the proof, but you can get the full proof for like $10 more than the small batch, and or you pay $100 for the 12-year.
It's
It's
pretty tasty.
age doesn't always matter. You know what I mean? Sometimes just flavor. Sometimes that little bit bump in proof gives you that much more flavor. It's that much less water. Mm. I'm gonna have to stop drinking that one because that one goes down like a baby bottle. You know what I mean? There's no fighting on that one at all.
Way less than 4.
Yep, I agree with that. And again, which goes back to drinking 4. I didn't get any aggression until you drink that
The
one, and
nose
then
was
you're
way
like,
better,
wow.
definitely.
No, it's way more caramel
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yep.
Even 2's coming around, but it's not nowhere near 3.
So where this one got deep and dark and carameled out, this one like brightened up and lightened up on a drink.
It's still got that. It seems to me it like has a little rough edge coming down too.
No, 100%. But the flavor itself, no, the flavor itself.
No,
if you let it sit on your tongue a little bit,
are fairly close. It's just it's.
Take a small sip and let it sit on your tongue for a
just do
second,
that.
and it'll brighten up a little bit. Like this one was deep and dark and rich, and that one like lightened up a little bit. Like they're all very good. I just want to state that for the record.
There's no light bright in my freaking tongue.
One day the light bulb's gonna go on, and you're gonna be like, "God damn it! I can't believe all that shit you're saying. You're not making it up."
I'm gonna have one little light bright in my little my system, but no. So in this one, I don't believe I'm gonna probably still lean towards this as a 9.
I don't disagree with that. A quick guess.
It has like it kind of. What's weird though.
He's gonna say the same thing I did, just in a different verbiage. Go ahead. No, I'm liking this.
It just kind of sticks, but it's not. It has the sparkle, but it sticks, but it's not.
It's coating and flavorful and dense and thick and rich.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
there, but
and it stays, but it's just it's got like it's way rougher than these 2.
All right. So if I was gonna say you're gonna drink a little shot of maple syrup, or you're gonna drink a little shot of Coca-Cola, that's the difference in viscosity. Like this one just hangs around a little bit longer, and it's smooth and silky and nice. Where this one giving you the bubbles on the way down, and it's kind of, you know what I mean? That's the only way I can do it. So that I don't disagree with that. So on to glass number 1. Not that you didn't like the Coca-Cola, it just was drinking fizzier than the second one. You know what I mean?
This nose is right there though.
Now you're back. Now you're back in the nose on glass number 3. So we said off camera, and I'm going to venture a guess. If I had to guess, glass 2 is going to be 9, glass 4 is going to be 12, and then it's a toss up between these 2, which one's 15 and 18. Those are going to be my rough guesses before we actually A and B.
So on that sip that I just had, I'm going to say glass 1 is the 18.
These 2 have the best oakiest finish. These
they do,
2, for
but this
sure.
one just seems even easier than 3.
It is super refined. I don't 100% disagree. What we are going to do is we're just going to go off camera. We're going to A and B. That's a rough guess. So you're in agreement. I'm thinking this might be 9. This one would be probably 12. And between these 2, it's going to be the 15 and 18. These 2 are 3 and 1 are drinking softer and easier.
I'm going to say I think it's 18 and 15.
And it could very well be. We're going to A and B. We'll be back with a decision for you. We are back. That was loud. You woke the dog up. All right. So we do come to the conclusion. We personally think, is this the 18? We think 18 is 1, 9 is 2, 12, like that.
No.
Yeah. So 15 is 3 and 12 is 4.
Yeah. Yep.
That's our prediction on it. Neither here nor there. There is a slight.
I didn't even write it down.
There was a slight difference going on the texture and the flavor and the taste. They're all very good.
They are.
I'm going to go on record as saying no. There's no way that first of all, if this is even 18,
Yeah,
it's not 5 times better than the worst one. The worst one is still
Let's see what the results are, and then
all right, we'll go with that.
Again, I won't. I don't know.
We'll go with that. It doesn't matter even if it won or lost.
What if we had them all ass backwards then?
And we couldn't. It's not. Then it proves the fact that it definitely wasn't that much better. So, all right. So our last place bottle, and again, it was still banging. It was what was in glass number 2. What you had in glass number 1.
9.
So that is the 9 year. So that's what we thought it was.
Yeah, which
it's very good. It's a little rougher on the edges compared to the rest of them, but not in a bad way at all. Again, I kind of like that
compared to the rest of them. So if you had this, you would be. It's still very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would not know that.
Right. It's just it's solid all the way around. I will continue to buy. Nom 9 is one of them that it's just nice to drink. I just like it all the time. So much flavor and taste at 100 proof.
We're nitpicking on.
It is a nitpick.
They have 4 bottles, and is it going to be that much more refined?
It's not 5 times better. Whatever one is not 5 times better than 2.
Let's see if we got it right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what bottle it is. It's not 5 times better than this.
I agree.
So our second place bottle was in glass number 4, which would be what you poured in glass number 3.
3 was 15.
Wow. So the 15 actually, and it was drinking a little bit less aggressive. I mean, more aggressive than what the other one was. And it's funny when we did this, I'll be shocked. We may have messed them all up, which is good. So our second place bottle was what we had in glass number 3, and it's what you poured in glass number 2.
12.
So that's the 12 year.
No, so the 12 years.
There you go, Steve. We said it when we did it. Steve was actually here because this is Steve's 15 year. I forgot to mention that. I said that. So now the 12 year, just for reference sake, that's the 15 because he didn't have he paid $99.99 for it. We paid $59.99 for the 12 year. So we said it when we did it. It was marginally better, we thought, but then we were subconsciously thinking that. We actually just picked the 12 over the 15.
The nose is actually better.
It's the nose.
It's still right now.
The nose was I said glass 3 was the best nose we had that whole day.
Initially, you did.
So if you're going to buy one and you want to upgrade, to me, the 12 has the best nose, the best flavor concentration.
It's what, $10 more?
It's $10 more. Yeah, we got it for $59.99. We got this for $35. That was a steal. Normally, it's like in the $40 range. But the winner today is definitely the 18 year. But again, I just want to stress the fact we paid $169.
I don't know if I jumped there.
And
because honestly, this 12 years is very, very good.
For the fact that for 15, you're up there at least 2. Well, that's just it. So you guys do what you want. It's your money.
It is.
I don't begrudge or blame anyone for spending. If you can afford it, you can afford it. This is.
I don't see where it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
I go back to it. We're not. I don't want to say we're proof hounds, but the difference between proof and flavor is that much less water. And honestly, if Mike didn't drink it all and we still had the store pick, I think that 125 proof would have won. Just because it brings that much more flavor and taste. I almost just bought
another one the other day.
No, I know you did. And honestly, to me, that's one of your best deals. $50 for a store pick or whatever it is, depending on what store you're in. They vary in prices. Yeah. But with that first one, we got it for like $49.99. You know what I mean? Because it was at Ted's.
I think it was $69.99. That's why I stayed away from it. But
no, I mean the one that we got, the original one. I don't
for him to get his other barrels in, but
it was, you get that 125 proof, and it's not that you want the proof, you just want that condensation of flavor. It's just so much better.
I would rather have the proof.
You and me both, but. With that, it's so much better in
your
flavor.
Little theory: drop an ice cube,
drop an ice cube, you could drop a couple drops of water.
You could, and for you that would like that, that's 2 for 1, 3 for 1.
100%. I right, and you can keep buying bottles up and not have to worry about it.
They make a bottle last 3 times longer than we would.
Right. Yeah, my neighbor's dog's barking. I'm sorry about that. So. There you go. There is our Sunday Funday. It came out similar to what I thought it was going to be, but stop. And
Yeah.
I
Honestly, it makes me even feel better because the 12 is not that much more.
and we were struggling when we were doing the actual blind, going back and forth with them when Steve was actually here. But we knew what they were. When you don't know what they are, it's 100% blind, so it doesn't matter. You're just going on straight flavor and taste.
And if we honestly, I write my little notes down, and then he comes up and switches them, and we're not.
If I'm being honest, I still like the nose and 3 better. So I still like the 12. Like it's just
the nose
cranking.
It is.
That nose is cranking in the 12 year. So there you go.
It's probably is the strongest nose.
If you guys have these, leave a comment down below if you had tried this or not, because I was, the main reason we bought the 18 was just to do this actual blind, because I wanted to see, because it's the same proof.
So I guess
there's no variation in it.
So in their defense, it did win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
it won.
But
in my
that's a lot of extra money for really not a lot of extra.
Excuse me, burping over here. But me being
the same thing
being cheap, it's just not 5 times better. That's all. Agreed. And I said that off camera, and I'm going to say it one time real quick on camera. At no time did I drink any of these and said, this might be the best bourbon we drank this year.
No, they know that.
You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. This is the most expensive one we bought this year, but it's definitely not the best one we've drank this year.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And that is the moral of the story.
I don't even know.
It won't make the top 10.
I was going to say, is it make the top 5? No. I'm not even thinking.
It won't make the top 10.
This year?
No, we've had some real good ones. And we have a lot of good ones in the sack that I think are going to beat it. So, but there you go.
We should put out another magical list.
We will. We will end up doing it. So there's Sunday Funday. Again, if you want to see a Sunday Funday, leave a comment down below of anything you want to actually see. I do write them down now, so we'll try to get them out as they come along.
You find that notepad.
Sometimes people ask for stuff I don't have, and then I have to go back. Mike drinks all my whiskey. I can't ever have the bottles here.
I'm sweating up here.
It is warm up here. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks. Subscribe.
This was not a bad Sunday Monday, though. This is very good. This is so good. This is a very good Sunday Monday.